Welcome in. I don't know if you got me when I was saying that having discussions with so many people, I've heard them saying that love is usually not enough. And this has really got me thinking because I am of the opinion that love is more than enough when it comes to marriage or relationship. Can you hear me? Hello, Yoga.
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm trying to accept your request. I don't know, maybe you should send your request again so I can bring you up. Okay, so I was saying that I've been in certain situations where we have discussions, and so many people are of the opinion that love is not enough. That when it comes to marriage, when it comes to relationship, love shouldn't be the only consideration. That I'm quite okay with, I'm quite aware of. Yes, for certain reasons, love shouldn't be the only consideration or the center of whatever basis you're laying the foundation of that marriage or relationship on. So, but I am of the opinion that love is enough. I am of the opinion that love is more than enough when it comes to relationship and marriages. So I've had discussions with people, and they'll tell you that no, it's not the only reason, and it gets to a certain level or certain stage in your marriage that you get to know that love is not enough. Citizenship. My name is GenerallySpeakinWithHinex. How's your name, GenerallySpeakinWithHinex? Welcome in. So I want to hear your opinion, your perception about this because I feel like I am of the opinion for me personally. I am of the opinion that love should be enough and is more than enough when it comes to marriage and relationship. I feel like love, according to my religion and what I've read, love encompasses all. And so for that reason, there are certain things because you love someone, you might be able to override or overlook or forgive because of the love that you have for such person. So now I want to know because several occasions it seems as though like I'm the only one that have such opinion or hold such view. So this keeps me wondering, keeps me making me want to like think that maybe I'm not really like I've not really understand what it takes or what it means to be in love. Do you get? Or what it takes to be entangled with someone? Since everyone is of the opinion that, oh, love is more than enough, and love is not the only option or is not enough when it comes to certain things. So I want to know, I want to hear your opinion on that. Hello, citizens, welcome in citizenship. Okay, so I'm gonna turn off your mic, citizen, so that the background does not interfere. So, but if you have any opinion, you want to hear your opinion as regards this discussion, you can actually turn off your mic and speak freely on it. Say women don't believe in love; they believe in money. What makes you think so? Like I was saying, Claire, I don't know if you can see me. Claire, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
I heard you.
I was citing an example earlier on where I stated that for some persons, I have seen some people with some kind of deformality or disability. And you get to see someone who
Yes.
choose them, who choose to be with them, who marries them. Do you get?
Yes.
And I've seen some that when it comes to finance, just like citizens that stated here, they can welcome me, that women are only concerned about money. I have seen some people who financially you cannot classify them as being capable of even taking care of themselves alone, and much more having someone else attached to them. But you see them ending up marrying and having family, building a home. Do you get? So I want to know, in this situation, if it is no love, then what is that drive? What fuels that move for them to be in a relationship? Becky, welcome in there. So this is what I want to understand today. You know that as well. I want to know, please, you can unmute and speak out, citizen, so we can hear from you. I don't know what you're talking about. It's my first time seeing you here. Welcome in. And if you don't mind, you can actually introduce yourself and then speak. Let us know your opinion about the topic of discourse. Becky, thank you very much for the art media. Welcome in.
Everyone, I hope I'm not interrupting.
No, you're not interrupting.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, beautiful.
Welcome
Good
in,
evening,
Becky.
How are you
Becky.
doing
Welcome.
today?
Very well
Well,
done.
Brother Peter, Chevy, you were saying something, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
Let him continue before
Okay,
I
you
will
want Claire
start.
Rapido to continue before you air your own opinion?
He's saying something.
Next, I don't think Angel will be able to join. No.
Yes, my darling. Yes, we've spoken. She told me already.
Yeah, because I saw her post on WhatsApp.
Well, I've not imagined.
Yeah, I saw her post on WhatsApp.
I didn't even get to see, but she sent me a message, and that was why I got to know what had happened. But it's fine. I pray God be with her at this moment. Sorry about that. Citizenship, we're talking about a member of us who just lost the dad. So that's what Beke is talking about. You were saying Claire Rapido wanted to say something. Claire, were you going to say something? I didn't hear your mic or you speak to the mic.
Okay, I wanted to first of all make a suggestion. I don't know if that would be okay. This
Okay,
topic,
please, welcome
are you concluding with the topic or you want to open the topic up for discussion?
It's
I don't know if
open
we
up
can
for
rephrase it to
discussion.
mean like, is love enough? Is love enough?
Okay,
Then question
okay,
mark. Rather
okay.
than saying love is not enough, it means the topic has been closed. It has been decided on that
Okay,
love is not enough.
is love enough? Okay, thank you. Thank you for that suggestion. Done. Every long time. No be small. Dr. Akpayemi, welcome back. Welcome in, Alexander Soyoye. Long time, yeah. So, okay.
Well,
The,
I
yeah,
think for me personally, I think love is enough.
okay.
Now, uh, of course, there will always be perspective to any kind of discussion. It's just like saying, is a phone enough to make a call or to communicate? Of course, it's enough. But there are a lot of persons that can push the narrative. Of course, you will need data. If you want to make a WhatsApp call, you will need credit. You will need, you have to charge your phone. All those things are important. But the core means of communication is that phone.
Okay.
So bringing that idea to this discussion, of course, love is enough. Love is enough because we are not actually the people that originated love.
Okay.
Sometimes we speak as if we are the one that invented the idea of love. We actually came to this life and we got to realize that love is there. So it was not part of us. Because from the person that designed love, which I believe is God, of course, if you check, if we try to search the scripture for it, I think in 1 Corinthians 13 or so, where they say love is kind, love is patient, love is love does not hide wrongdoings, love is forgiveness. So all these things, they're actually attached to love. So if you check what love actually entails, that's when you will realize that love is enough.
Okay.
Except when we start to remove certain things from the love and we'll say, no, when you remove the things, the ingredients of love out of love, then love will not be enough. But if it is complete on its own, it will definitely be enough. Let me stop there and allow.
Okay, so for now, you are also agreeing with me that love is enough. a relationship or marriage, as the situation may be. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Or you're saying that it's
Yes.
only
Yes.
enough,
It's enough.
and then there's a comma or there's a but to it, if only certain criteria are met. Is that what you're saying?
If it's either it is love or it is not love.
Okay.
That's why I sometimes say there is nothing like true love or fake love. Love is love.
So you don't believe
It
that
is
there's a
either it
fake
is
love?
love or it is not.
You don't think some people can fake their love
I don't believe in
towards you?
what.
Welcome in the
If
great one.
some if somebody fakes it, then it's not love.
When someone fakes it, then it's not love. Okay? Great one say yes, love is enough, no money needed. Oh, okay. Citizenship, you've heard from Claire Rapido. I would like to hear from you. What are your opinion? What are your thoughts on this? What do you have to say as regards this?
Anyway, good evening, everyone. Anyway, I'm hearing what he's saying. And also, at the same time, I was actually looking at you, General, that was brought this topic. You know, the way I'm seeing it, I'm not seeing it as is love. Is love, love enough? Is love enough? I'm just seeing it as if, like I'm seeing, is money enough to sustain a relationship or marriage or whatever. That is what I'm seeing. You know that this thing that, eh?
Why is that so? Why are you saying it that way?
No, no. I just feel that that is what I'm seeing. No, now it's just like what he said. It's just like when somebody is cooking. You know that there is what people normally say
Yeah.
that I don't know how I'm gonna put it. He said that when love is sweet, when money enter, money
Love
makes
is
it sweet.
that is
Now,
Davido's slang. Love
uh-huh.
is sweet,
So,
but
so
when money enter, love is sweeter. Okay.
Uh-huh. So
Okay.
now, it's just like when he sing it, say if you don't get money, hide your face. Now, what am I saying? Just like what he said, just like when somebody is cooking, you are just cooking one meal like that. You feel that after cooking that meal is delicious, you know. Now, have you seen where somebody is cooking one meal or the other without adding the necessary ingredients or without adding salt? You know, you must actually add salt. That salt will make is going to bring out the taste without adding some certain things, which that is going to bring out the taste and the sweetness of that food. It has to do with finance, my dear. You see, love is sweet, oh, it's very, very sweet, but there is something that is missing. Is where that finance comes in, my dear. Is that finance is the ingredients that you need that is going to sustain it. The only thing that you say, do you think that love is enough? Love is not actually enough, my dear. So it just like now, it's just like now in Nigeria, whereby give you credit in the society that we are in. 99% of women now. Oh my dear, they you are talking about love, affection, my dear. See, the only thing, only their eyeballs alone. Once they will look at, they don't even know the first approach. They will just look at you from here. 99%. Only that person eyeball, that person himself is going to weigh you to know almost if you actually have what he's looking for. He's going to weigh you from your own appearance. You know, at least I believe that your pocket will speak for you. So now, love is sweet, but it's not this era. where somebody will just wake up and say that love is enough. And you say love is enough, my dear. Even you now coming in, my dear, you need data. You need data to finance your stay. Without these resources, my dear, nobody. I think everything now in society now, it's not just all about love, my dear. If you are hungry, you have bills, you have things, you need you facing one or two difficulties. You have a family, you have bills to pay, you have responsibility. Are you gonna eat love? No, this is just a
Okay, I
question.
have a question for you. I have a question for you, citizen. Okay. Just like I was mentioning to Clever Pido now, in my example, I just cited this situation that I have seen some persons, some men, who are not financially stable, and their source of income, the kind of job they are engaged in, cannot really sustain for a longer period. You will know that these people don't come home with anything tangible due to the kind of job or the kind of work they do. And you get to see them with someone by their side. I don't know if you're getting me. They
Um,
have wives.
I can't hear you, General. I can't hear you clearly. You
Can
know
you hear
that.
me? Can you hear me clearly now?
I don't know if your network is breaching. Don't worry, continue.
Okay, but can you hear me? Claire, can you hear me? Can anyone else hear me clearly?
I can hear
So
you.
I'll
I can
just
Continue.
hear
fix
you.
that.
I can hear you.
Continue.
Okay, welcoming with Bali. Okay, what I was saying is that I've seen situations, so I'm trying to plug in my phone so it doesn't run late. I've seen situations, I've seen men that the kind of job they engage in, you can tell that these people come back home with little or no money in a day. Do you get? You can tell that they are not financially stable. Just like you're mentioning that, oh, money must be involved, not just love alone. And you see these people, they have wife. They have wives. I don't want to use the word wives like they are polygamous. No, like I'm stating that there are people of this category, and they have people at home as their wives or partners. To some extent, some even go ahead to build families, like they have children, and you see them living. And in some situations, they are very happy. They are okay with each other. Do you get? So, what would you say about such family? What would you say about such people? Because now you're making it seem as though that if there's no money, then the love does not exist, or there will be no love. So I am putting it to you now that I've seen people that they are of lower income. They earn little to no amount. And if maybe they go out for jobs, they come back home with sometimes nothing at all. Or sometimes they come back with something. And you tend to see them. They have family. They are growing this family. They have children. They are married. So if you're telling me that love isn't what is fueling that, what do you think is fueling such family? The great one is saying they learn to be content. Do you think that when someone doesn't love you, they'll be contented with you? Do you think so?
Mm, if you're, I'm not saying that, but the thing I'm saying that just like what he said, they learn to be content. Of course, now people can be contented with what they have.
Okay.
You know, people can actually be contented what they have, but you know that in the world of nowadays, you know that there is a lot of competition
Okay.
out there, especially when it comes to the ladies. You
Hmm.
know, it's not that what you are saying is not true, but
Hmm.
it's very very slim, especially now. It's very very slim.
Okay.
People, of course, now people can be contented with what they have, especially people that that understand themselves, that knows what they are actually looking for. You matter how bread is better than none. At least they can actually share it. There is some people that have lowered themselves down, but especially in some cases whereby you see you see most family you even notice that the women that are the breadwinner. It's not that the man is not trying, but
The woman is striving more when it comes to that.
the woman also is trying more, but for the thing there is that there is so many of them who might have a lot of responsibilities. I know that men now, men now, there is a time in their life that if things like this come up, you see that some of them normally get frustrated, because of one thing or the other. So some of them will begin to have anger issues, a lot of arguments, and all that. So it makes them, most times it makes them feel less of themselves. That's why you come to see disrespect and all that. Maybe that man might be doing well before, maybe later something, maybe his business or one thing or the other thing might not just going well like before. Maybe that's where the woman comes in. It's only take the wisdom of God Almighty and the understanding, So as a good partner, the only thing that person will do is to support that man, which that there is a time that this person have been there, me and my family. That's why in Igbo there is what I call ifunanyi memo. That affection there is that that love has a lot of categories. So it depends on the category you and your family, the one that you fall in.
I would like
So
to
now,
know these categories.
wait,
What are
I'm
the
coming.
categories there to know? Well, like, I want to know the categories.
Wait, I'm coming. I'm coming,
Okay.
my dear. You know that if you are talking about love is very, very deep.
Okay.
It has a lot of explanations, my dear. So now, at the other hand, you have to find. So now, it takes a lot of sacrifice, dedication. It takes a lot of sacrifice, the dedication and hard work. You as a person that you build. You know that you can't just wake up say that I love this person, or you have this love inside of you. You know that love now, for you to love somebody at least you have to build it within yourself. There is something that will trigger you to say that, nah, my dear, the kind of how I love this person, there is nothing on earth is going to separate me and that person. That's why they say that love is unconditional. Even when something happens between two people, they say that this person is my life. One thing must lead to another. That person will be there. Whether there is money or not, they will always support each other. So now, what am I saying now about love now as an example? There is somebody that I know. He has built the kind of commitment that this guy has built in his own family. If you see how the kind affection that flows to the point that my dear, even at least on a regular basis, he normally follow his partner almost everywhere she goes. And he can never hide anything from him. So now, if I have sat him down to ask him a lot of certain questions. The only answer he will tell me that I will not understand, my dear. Instead that, did I know, she will normally tell me that this particular person I'm seeing has done a lot of things for him. He has done a lot of sacrifice that almost he cannot even compare other women to her. If you see, if you see how this guy normally praise her
Sorry, let me get you
on daily
clearly.
basis.
Let me get you clearly. The person now is testifying that the lady has sacrificed a lot for him, or he has sacrificed
Sacrificed a
a
lot
lot
for
for the
him.
lady. Which one?
He has sacrificed a lot for him.
He has
So
sacrificed a lot for the lady, or the lady has
no,
sacrificed a lot for him.
No,
the
no.
lady have sacrificed a lot for him,
Oh, okay.
of
So,
course.
so now I feel this kind of love is just trying to, how will I put it now? This is a conditional love. You can't classify this as an unconditional love. Do you get? He is feeling like he owes the lady some form of gratitude. Do you get?
A
Or
form of,
to pay back for all what she has done for him. So
yeah.
obviously, everything that the lady has done for him, if it's something he could have been able to do for himself, he probably will not love the lady as much as he loves her now, or as much as he is showing to love her. That's the situation I see this in now. I don't know if you get where I'm coming from.
Also, I get where you are coming from, but just like I said, it takes a lot of dedication and sacrifice for somebody to do a thing like that, you know. And another thing you have to know about love is that you at least you have to build it within yourself and the person that you surround yourself with. You know, the thing like, so now, if you are not, if you are not committed
Yeah.
towards the person that you are dealing with, my dear, even say along the line, if something happens as an individual, you will find it difficult. That's why that's why a lot of along the way, some people fall out of love, especially women. You know, so that's why a lot of people will be into relationship with maybe for like 2 years, 3 years. Some even get married. At the end of the day, the person will tell you that I'm no longer find you attractive. You know, I'm falling out of love, or in stuff like that. So now, what I'm saying now is that if you are talking about love,
Okay.
affection,
Yeah.
my dear, so a lot of people doesn't know what love really means. What they actually, this is a deep affection that you actually have for someone, you know, whether money or no money, you know. So now, what I'm saying there is that it's good though, but at least love is not enough to sustain a relationship, my dear, because a lot of women now, they believe that is the value a man, the value you place on them, that has to finance their whatever they are
Their
looking for.
lifestyle.
Some people are using to escape um, their condition or whatever that are actually suffering, especially women, my dear.
Wait,
Um,
I'm a woman, oh, I'm a woman, oh. This is what you're saying, especially women. Like, so do you want to tell me that there are
wait,
no men? Okay, now let's use
see.
for instance, the example you gave now of a friend who is telling you that the lady has done enough or a lot for him. Don't you think that he has also seen the lady as a means of escaping some financial difficulties or poverty? Just like you are trying to ascribe the women, you are trying to ascribe it to the women that they are now in relationship due to a means of trying to avoid financial responsibility. And also, I want to know, do you think it's just women alone? But that's not where we're going to. We're not going to the gender basis of who is into a relationship for financial reasons or not. I am just saying, because in all of this in all of this you've stated that love is not enough if there are not other things that has to accompany being in a relationship, which you've mentioned finance as the number one reason, right? Welcome in, Miss Hyatt.
Yes.
My boss, would you like to come up or you've run off again? I'm not sure you're still here. He's not here, he has run off. So, my question here now is, why is love not enough? If I thought you say love is not enough, you stated your reasons that for some persons, when the finance is not there, they become too ashamed or they feel low of themselves. They now feel low, like their esteem will be, how, I'm looking for the right words to use,
Low.
but they have a sort
Be
of
low.
low esteem, right? So, okay. So then too, aside finances, I'm trying to like maybe find out some other things because it's not making it seem as though it's just finance. Relationship and marriages is centered more on finances. And I've stated that I've seen a lot of people who financially, to my own observation, I would say they are not really doing well. And if I'm to advise them whether to go into marriage or not, I would tell you don't go into marriage now because you're not financially capable. I don't think you can be able to manage a family financially yet. I will not advise them to go into marriage. But you see them marrying and you see them having a happy family. Like they are contented just like you have stated. And what I'm even trying to say is that for one to be contented with someone is because they love you. They genuinely have love for you. Do you get? I can see a very wealthy man and choose to be contented with him. Not just because he's wealthy, but because I'm contented with the maybe amount of wealth he has at the time. Do you get? And I can see a man who is not that financially stable, who is not as wealthy as some other person, and I'm with him and I'm still very much contented. What will make me feel contented with him would be love, the love that I have for him, which I think will be fueled by certain things that is not limited to finance alone. So I don't know if you get where I'm coming from.
I can hear you. Continue. But what I want to say before you continue is that there is no women that want to settle for less, even including yourself.
Okay.
Remember what this guy
You're
so called.
talking to me directly like you know me, or you're talking to me
No,
directly like you know me.
no. I'm not saying that I know you. I'm talking about in general. We are talking about we are talking about women here.
In
They
general.
don't, say, that thing based on what you said is that it's not that people doesn't, that people that are not too financially buoyant enough
Yeah.
actually get married. Of course, there's like some people that doesn't have money, their family or whatever, they've just financed the little bit they have. Once they get married, maybe by God's grace, things begins to move. It's not that it's not there, but just like I told you, sometimes this thing like that is very, very rare. And sometimes that along the line, some of them fell out of love on the way. Things break. That's where you see a lot of disappointment. I think I have met a lot of single mothers
That's
who
where I want to go in.
they will
Like,
tell you that.
what makes you fall out of love? Like a sweet relationship. You see a sweet relationship that's been going on for maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. They've been going so solid. You think that, oh, these people will like last a lifetime. All of a sudden, you hear that, oh, they are no longer together. And you come to wonder, like, what was it that they couldn't manage? What made them fall out of love? Is it that the love isn't really enough?
You know that the thing there is that what I have to say about most times people fall out of love is that you know that love is a beautiful thing, but at least before an individual, before you get married, like before you get married to somebody, at least you can't just meet somebody today, maybe after at least see anything that has to do with marital lifestyle,
Yeah.
at least that foundation is something that as an individual you have to know the person. You know, you have to know the person. You study, you know the kind of person that you are dealing with.
Okay.
You know, so now people falling out of love is that it might be a misunderstanding, my dear. It doesn't lead only finance, you know. I think I was speaking with a friend last month. What actually transpired with his partner is there is that the young lady is listening to public opinions. So now I was asking her a question: how can you, somebody that is married, my dear, you allow your friend, your female friend to come and keep advising you? No, see, at least you have to set boundaries as an individual. You cannot compare yourself who is married to somebody that is single. Once you notice that, oh my dear, I'm already engaged, I'm a family person now, at least you have to set boundary. Even though that you have friends, at least you have to cut some certain coats of friends, you know. So this kind of people, my dear, they cannot even add values. So now, even self, as at that point point in time, this guy in question doesn't even have, like, at least the guy itself in question is not even that buoyant enough. He just feel that, he just feel like, you know, he has been
He's
with this
ready to
person
marry and he
for
went to
so many years, you know. Let them just get married, you know, and just start their life there. So now, but it doesn't actually work that way. At least you have to keep work out something,
Okay. Thank you
you
so
know.
much. Thank you, citizenship. Clever Peter, I see your mic going on and off. If you want to say something, let's hear from you.
Yes, I would like
Okay,
to
thanks.
add 1 or 2 cents,
Okay.
particularly when you asked what can lead to people falling
Out
out
of
of
love.
love.
Exactly.
What can lead somebody not enjoying a particular food? Let's say a goosey soup.
Okay.
It's either when the salt is either too much or there is no
Okay.
salt,
Okay.
or the pepper is too much or there's no pepper,
Okay.
or the every other spice is too much or there's no spice.
Oh.
In the same way, there are so many things that is inside love. First of all,
Yeah.
if somebody falls out of love, 1 or 2 ingredients that make up love is not there or was no longer there.
Okay.
For example, they said love is kind, love is patient, love does not envy, love does not boast, love is not arrogant, love is not rude,
Okay.
love does not insist on its own way.
Okay.
You can see there are a lot of things, a lot of pillars that make up love. So everything can be intact.
So,
but
sorry,
the
when you
person
say
is rude.
man insists on his own way, that means he doesn't impose his own decisions on the other person because, or his own opinion on the other person. Is that what you mean by?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So if you look at these whole ingredients that make up love,
Yeah.
somebody can have all of this and the person is rude. After some time, you are exercising patience. You are expecting the person to change and reduce that rudeness, probably change the anger to humility, and the person is not changing. After some time, you are going to fall out of love, because people usually fall out of love either in relationship or in marriage on the basis of attitude. Because if you carry out a research, there has never been any individual that got divorced, and you ask them, why did you get divorced? The person will say, the shape of the boobs is too small or too big, or oh, my partner is too short or too tall, or it's always on attitude basis. And if you trace that attitudes, those attitudes are supposed to be inside love that was supposed to be enough. But once those attitudes are not there, those attributes are not there, falling off or falling out of love is inevitable.
Okay, I get you now. So literally, if we are to use like maybe the meal, egusi soup, just as citizen as earlier mentioned, maybe if I'm someone that loves eating egusi soup and I don't mind eating egusi every day
Every
of
day.
the week, maybe a certain day they made the egusi and this time around the salt was too much or it was too spicy.
Exactly.
Huh?
Yes.
So because of that, as a result, I might not enjoy eating that egusi that particular day. I will not want to eat it anymore because of that
Yes.
too much salt or too much pepper or whatever sauce is added to it that made it the taste kind of awful for me. So now
Yes.
okay. So these are some of the reasons why at that time the love will not be enough. But don't you think that that's where correction comes in? And because
Now,
you know that it has not always been like this.
like that.
Yes, so
Okay.
you can like actually call it out to the person's hearing that, oh, today I feel like this particular soup, there was too much salt or too much of this in it that made it or that made it taste not as sweet as it used to be. So if there's a
Okay.
way you can manage it so I can
Okay.
continue,
Okay.
or if maybe, so are there no
Okay.
ways that
Let
you
me
can, because of
address
the
that.
love, because of the love you have for
Now,
that person?
now, if you watch relationships
Yeah.
carefully,
Okay.
you will notice that people don't fall out of love when they make mistake. Let me repeat that. People will not fall out of love because of mistake. Mistakes are inevitable. The man will always make mistake. The woman will always make mistake. It is when the attitude of mistake is consistent, that's when it leads to falling out of love. For example, still on that egusi soup, the person has always prepared it nicely, and now the salt is too much. Of course, any normal human being will call the other person to this salt is too much. Oh. That single reaction, because when you correct somebody, there will always be correction. But when you correct somebody and the person realizes and says, look at why it happened like this. I'm so sorry. That conflict that was trying to raise its head will die a natural death. But when you try to correct somebody and the person is justifying it, now you are opening it up for further arguments. That's where the problem comes from, not necessarily in the correction. Go and look at relationships that have failed. It's when the person starts insisting and start being argumentative as to, instead of accepting correction, either the man or the woman is insisting that okay, whatever he or she did is the right thing. Now it's even making you look as if you are not normal to have even observed the thing to have even observed it that this thing is wrong. So it is usually not on the basis of correction. Correction will always come, and it's just like um, somebody is supposed to do something. You just say, okay, why didn't you do this thing? Oh, sorry, I forgot. And you have also noticed that there are certain people in relationship. They will tell you, I've never had any arguments with my partner. Other person will be arguing. How can you say you have never argued with your partner? How can you say you have never argued with your partner? But they are actually correct. It doesn't mean there have not been cases where they disagreed over a particular thing. It doesn't mean that none of them has ever erred against each other. But the moment they called their attention to that wrongdoing, immediately the person apologized, and it will always go. But when you try to justify your wrong, that's where the problem comes in.
Okay, thank you. I was muting so that my background doesn't interfere. Okay, yeah. True. Especially the part where you come in to say that there are some persons that will argue with you or will tell you that they've never had an argument with their partner for the number of years they've been together. And you see some other persons doubting or maybe feeling like, oh, this person is trying to paint themselves to be the best or most tolerant person or the best person to manage characters and the rest. Welcome, Miss Sergio. So, but yeah, it's true because sometimes before now, I used to be like that. When you tell me, oh, I've never had an argument with my spouse, I've never had an argument with this. I used to like make that face or give that look like there's no way you'll be with an opposite person and you don't argue. Like, are you saying something? Claire, can you hear me? Okay, I think his network took him out again. Welcome in, Sergio. So yes, I've gotten that which you said. Most times where love will never be enough is as a result of having difficulty in managing differences. Like maybe telling someone what to feel at the time and they have a different opinion, and instead of managing it, you both end up arguing over it. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
No.
I can hear you now.
Okay. Welcome in with Valley. Wait, I've not heard from you. I don't know what's happening. You still at work? You're busy? I would like to hear your opinion on this topic.
I'm listening. I'm just here listening.
It's been a while. Welcome in. So far you've heard what we are talking about, the topic of discussion on grant. So I don't know if you have any contribution as regards this. I was asking, is love enough? Because so many people are of the opinion that love is never enough, but I am of the opinion that love is enough. When you love someone, you'll be able to like cover their shame. You'll be able to cover their um how will I put it? Yes, their shame, their whatever it is that you might find as not worthy enough to be seen or heard of publicly. So, um, I feel with love, I feel for me, love is always enough. When you love someone, you'll be able to forgive them even 70 times, 70 times. Yes, I believe love is enough. I believe it's love that makes you have that act of forgiveness towards someone that has wronged you. Do you get it? Like they
Yes.
might have done something
Yes.
very grievous. And like to some other persons, they feel like, oh, crucify this person for this kind of act. This thing that they've done is not something that should be um, let go like that, or you just sweep under the carpet, or you just overlook. And you see this person because they love this person that has committed this crime or done this thing, they just see it as nothing. To them, they feel like, oh, though it hurts me, but I've let go for the love I have for them. Do you get? So for me, I am of the strong opinion that love is really enough. So I want to know which value.
Can I say something, General,
Okay.
before anybody that will continue?
Okay, sir. Please go on.
What I have to say is that I think there is something I have to encounter based on what you said. You said that you believe that love is enough. That, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Yes.
Yes, I can hear
You
you.
said that love is enough, even when somebody, when you have this kind of, when you love somebody so much, even with their flaws and their lapses, you can, you at least,
You
at
can
least you
overlook
think.
them.
Actually, I'm not disputing what you are saying, but the only thing I have to touch that a little bit.
Okay.
You might love somebody, just like what Claire said.
Yeah.
Love is special, so. But based on what you said, is that somebody cannot keep repeating one thing over and over and over. Just like what he said, you are cooking a particular thing, you have been doing it well, perfectly. Now you miss a step. The person now say, "Ah, baby, have fun now." Now look at the person will now call you in order. Look at this meal that you prepared today. There is too much salt. The person might complain. This person that the person doesn't normally complain. Now, if that person call you to order concerning that particular thing,
Yeah.
it's left for you to take a correction.
Okay.
It's not maybe next time you keep repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again. I think there is a slack somewhere. That is not love, my dear. There have
That's
been
not love. Okay, okay, hold on. Now I'm
no
talking
no
about wait, citizen. I want to talk about love from your own aspect. Let's say I love you so much. We are in a relationship. Because I love you so much, there is something I keep repeating to you. Everything. There's one thing that I believe. You cannot repeat a particular thing to someone over and over and over again without them changing. Do you get when you do it with love? Do you get even animals? There are ways you try to control your animal from going to maybe a certain spot or touching a certain thing. If maybe you used to use like a whip on them to control that behavior, when you do that several times, they get to know that my owner doesn't want me to go there. So there's no way you can be in a relationship with someone and you approach that person with love now and you correct that person in love and you tell me that you keep on correcting that person every day and every day and every day they continue doing it. No, I don't see that being possible. That means the other party is not interested in the relationship. It's either that person was coerced into it or forced into being in that relationship. For two people who are in a relationship freely on their own will, there is no way both of you will be doing a bit of correction every day about a particular subject matter. No, I don't think that is ever possible. This is me from my own, from my years of living with people, surrounded by people, doing things with people. There are ways you correct someone. If you correct someone with love, trust me, that person is going to receive it. But if you're coming with the approach of, I'm going to discipline you, I'm going to show you that, yes, I know this more than you. So because I know this more than you, I am telling you it is this way and it should be done that way. First of all, that person will have that mindset that you are being controlling. Welcome in, Alex, or you are trying to control them. But if you're coming with a love angle, you're coming to correct them in a lovely way, you're correcting them with love, not just because you want to show them that I am the head or I know better than you. Trust me, they are going to understand you and even have the full minds and mind frame to want to listen to you. Welcome in Jamaican Beauty. Today's topic is up there. Today's topic is it's love enough. We're talking about love in relationship. There are so many people who are of the opinion that love is never enough. And I said that if anytime this argument comes in, I keep standing on the grounds that love is enough. When you are genuinely in love, when you genuinely care for your partner or for the person you are in love with, it's really enough. Because with love comes every other thing. Love covers so many things. So we are having that fair view on individuals and perception as regards this topic of discourse. So welcome in, Alice. I can see you. I can bring you up the box. So if you want to come up the box, you can just actually send a request. We'll bring you up the box. Okay, I can see you now. Welcome in, Jamaican Beauty. So that's what we're talking about. I don't know. Was it Wood Valley? Please, yes. There you go on. I want
Yes.
to.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, I actually I agree with you that love is enough. But I want to first understand the definition. What do we mean by love? What is the deep understanding of love? The definition, a scientific definition of love. Okay.
Okay.
So, what is love? Love, in my understanding, in my perception, love is a chemical reaction. Is a chemical. For example, let me give you a simple example.
Okay.
When I say I love you, you as you, it means my brain releases, like when I look at you, my brain interprets that by producing certain hormones like dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin. So if I keep those hormones for a longer period of time, they become neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters meaning that they become like they create neurons in your brain. They become automatic. So you start living in that state. Even you become a loving person, even when okay, even when nothing like is stimulating you. So you become a loving person. So you start expressing those emotions all the time. So if you're in a state of love, it will be natural for you to love other people. You see, the problem is people who think love is not enough. It's because those people, they are not loving. They are always in another state, like states of fear, not in the state of love. They are always in the state of fight or flight. Now, when you're in love, it becomes natural for you to love because you have love. You cannot give what you don't have. Even there is an African saying that says that you should be afraid when a naked man offers you a shirt. Like what they actually mean is that when a person tries to give you something they don't have, then they try so much, there's something they want to get out of you. So you should always be scared every time you meet a person who doesn't have something and is trying to give it out. Okay. This is the same thing, that this is how I see love. You're going to see that most of the people are desperate. They are devoid of love. They are empty of those emotions. Because honestly speaking, just imagine if I come to you, when I love you, what really happens on the mental level? What really happens? Okay, when I say I love you, it's not because of you, it's because of my state of mind. It is the interpretation I give to the picture I perceive. When I see you, my mind or my brain is going to give an interpretation of what I see outside me. Then it interprets in form of those chemicals or the chemistry that I feel, that makes me feel good. Are you getting it?
Yes, please.
So that's when I say that every time I see Hinex, I feel good. Okay. So what kind of good is that? Because also good has different levels. Yes, there is feeling good. There is feeling love. There is also feeling like esteem, high esteem. So basically, when you look at it, love is enough if you're actually in the state of love.
Okay.
But every time you go into other states, I think what people have to understand, that the opposite of the love I'm talking about is fear.
Okay.
Fear, meaning that, for example, like love and fear, it's in the form of a spectrum. Okay. If you're not in one state, you're in another state. And most of the people are actually living in a what? In a fear spectrum. And they always try so much to do what? To love people. They don't actually love people. They like them, but they think they love someone. You cannot love someone when you don't have that love within you, when you're not in the state of love, when you don't love yourself, when you don't have those neurotransmitters of what? Of love. You haven't developed the muscles of love.
Okay.
If you always I really don't know how to put it, but if you spend most of your time in fear states, it will be very difficult for you to shift and go into this other state of love. So you will always be like the opposites, the other sex, the other person will always find difficult to cooperate with you. Really, that's how I look at it.
Okay, thank you so much, Wait Valley. I have a question, especially in the aspect where you talked about fear. And some people liking someone and thinking they actually love the person. So I want to ask this question now. In a situation whereby, let me even use same gender relationship, like girlfriends. I like Becky as a friend. As a friend, do you get no any ulterior motive, no sexual feelings or whatsoever? We are girls, and I like her as a friend. Maybe I like her personality, so because of that, I drew closer to her, and I don't, will I say love? For me, I feel it's love. I've fallen in love with her in the real sense of platonic love, neutral love, not any sexual love kind of situation. So now, Beke now does something that I feel hurts my feeling. Do you get? And as a result, I feel like I'm gonna try to be away from her. I will let her stay on her own. Let me be by myself because I feel like what she has done to me is not what she ought to have done because I can't do same. But later on, I tend to see myself trying to go back to Beke, trying to go back to talking to her. Do you get?
Yes.
I see myself trying to because I felt like I can no longer do without her. I'm used to talking to her on a daily, or I'm used to going to her place. We go to do things together. I'm used to chatting with her. And all of a sudden, because I'm hungry because of what she has done, I stayed away from her for a couple of days. And within that couple of days, I'm already feeling like I'm no longer myself. I'm missing a part of me, which is that part of me talking to my former bestie. So now because of that, I feel like, oh, I really like this girl so much. And as a result, I will not let what she has done to make our friendship deteriorate this bad or to make it now affect me emotionally. So because of that, I am willing to forgive her. So I forgive Beke, even if Beke is reluctant about what she's done, if she doesn't even find anything wrong in it, she's not willing to apologize. Do you get? To her, she's not seeing it as being wrong. So, but I on my own, because of the likeness I have for her, I decide to forgive her and let go, and I keep on going to talk to her, and I try to renew the friendship or reactivate it as the case may be. So what would you call that? Wouldn't you say it's love?
You see the
Would you
problem. What
say it's fear?
most people they don't differentiate love and because you have to understand that
Yeah.
love is a little bit deeper than the ego. So it filters through what we call the ego. The ego is a protective mechanism that is a survival mechanism basically. So when you love someone and someone annoys you or somehow affects your ego
Yeah.
and it makes your ego threatened, the ego can how can I call it? Can overwrite or can be protective and cover up the love, but eventually it can subside, it can dissolve, and the love come back. So the reason why you can hate your friend that you love so much is because you have a very strong ego. So in spirituality, there are some practices that help you to dissolve your ego so that your ego can no longer be very strong. Because if it is very strong, the ego, then it's going to make you a little bit difficult for you to make pure connection with those that you love. Because every time they threaten your ego, the ego is going to how should I call it? Is going to overwrite. It's going to overwrite, and when it does overwrite, the love is going to subside for a moment. But every time you come into your normal senses, when that fight or flight subsides, then love comes back. Because love is like light. Okay. Light is always shining, but when something obstructs the light, then darkness can get a room where to cover up the light.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you look at it, so that person that you love so much, if he does anything, and you still have a very strong ego, you haven't worked anything about your ego, so the ego will always show up for the protective purposes. And of course, when after some time and your reason takes over, then you realize that the ego will subside, and probably can subside because of the reason. You can reason and say, no, but this is not important than my friend, so let me go back and do what? And start to and work on this. I don't know if you're getting what I'm trying to say. So basically, love is always there for the people that you love, but if you don't work on your ego will always overwrite it in most cases. And in fact,
I make you
yes, and for people,
love, right?
Yes, and for people who have a very strong ego, and that's why men usually reign their relationship, because men in most cases they naturally have a strong ego. Okay. In fact, if you want to make a good relationship with your boyfriend, you have to always feed her ego. You have to always not threaten his ego, because if you do, he's going to immediately get rid of you. You get it?
Okay. So now, in our essence, what makes people fall out of love, or what makes people love dies all of a sudden sometimes, is the ego. It's not like the love wasn't enough. They allow their ego to okay.
No, it's not. It's not the ego.
Okay.
By the way, sometimes you see what causes I don't know if you have ever been in this situation whereby you love someone, but someone takes a little bit of time to call. Then you also want to call, but you think like the other person should call first. Then sometimes you can drain the relationship. That's like that. You love someone, but because of your ego, you don't want to make communication. So that's a different thing. That's a very different thing. Now, also there is something that happens that it brings love down. It's your focus, where you focus your energy. Because right now, for example, if we are in a relationship and it's the beginning of our relationship, I can focus on you and I see all those good things about you. So whatever that you focus on is going to expand. If I see your behaviors, if I still like you and I focus on your nice deeds, those things that are nice are going to expand, and those are the ones that are going to be appearing in my perception. But if time goes on and I start focusing on other part of you, because there are no perfect people. There are no perfect people. We have those negative side, and also we have the positive. So every part that you focus on is going to expand, and after time passes, you're going to realize that one that you're focusing on is going to override. So if you focus on the negative, you're going to see all those evil things that person does, and eventually the love is going to go they're going to subside small by small. Then eventually you realize that, oh my God, what is happening? And by the way, there are even some, I remember sometime back, when I was still doing some training, I used to teach people who have like issues with their jobs, because I remember those days there are many people, by the way, most of the people hate their jobs. They hate their jobs and they didn't know why. So I gave them some techniques, like very simple techniques, just changing their perception, changing their direction of perception, and their focus, because they were only focusing on the negative things about the job.
Okay.
They forget the insurance given by the company, the allowances, the transport, the fuel, the what, all those things that are given by the company. They stop focusing on them. They start focusing on the other mundane things.
Job they have to do.
Yes. And those things start expanding and they override the positive things, and they start complaining about what? The job. So when you make them focus on the good things, in a short period of time, they start changing their chemistry of their mind. And you see they start loving their job. Nothing has changed, but it's their perception that has what? Changed. Nothing physical has changed. Okay. It is very important. That same thing also happens in love. That's same thing.
Okay.
Yes, if you're getting what I'm saying, yeah.
Yes, I get you clearly. Thank you so much, Wheat Valley. Thank you for that submission. Sergio, welcome in. Alex, welcome in. Today we are discussing about if love, welcome in Shelter also, if love is enough in a marriage or relationship. So, I've mentioned that so many people are of the opinion that love is never enough. Before Citizen dropped, I think that is his network, I don't know. Before he dropped, he was of a strong opinion that love is never enough. And he was holding on to the opinion that at least there should be some financial backings, which I fairly agree with him, yes. So, but I was still of the opinion that I have seen so many people that they are not, to my own review, so to say, I would say they are not financially buoyant enough to even take care of themselves alone. How much more adding someone as a partner or even raising a family? But yet, I have seen them have partners, and some have gone ahead to even raise families, regardless of their low income. Do you get? So I was of the opinion that regardless of financial status, if there is love between both partners, then I feel and I think that love is more than enough to keep that family going. So that is what has brought us so far here. Thank you for joining in. If you have any contrary opinion or even opinion to support what we've been saying so far, and you have more suggestions to buttress it, you can actually chip in. Yeah. Okay, Alex, you want to say something?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I can hear you actually.
Kannst du mich hören? Okay. I think that I think it's a bit. I think this topic is a bit as complex as human beings. As human beings are complex.
Okay.
Because I think though we have some objective behavior for what we call love, right? For example, as Wits Valley rightly described, the release of dopamine when you perceive your somebody or something you like, or when it comes into long-term relationships, that's serotonin, oxytocin. So for long-term partnerships, so there's that release. But then how we react to these feelings sometimes can vary from person to person. For example, you gave the example of those people who operate, they are not so financially buoyant, right? But between them, they feel that they have all they need, Meanwhile, for some other people, if there's no money, there's no love. But when the money is available, that's when the love will not show. So this people love me like this. Wow, So it can vary from person to person or from individual to individual. So the question is love enough? It depends on how individuals interpret love.
Okay.
For example, if I take me personally, right, I define love as with a sense of duty. The sense of duty, the sense of commitment. When you're with me, I want to see you grow. I want to see you happy. I want to make sure that from my own part, you're the best person you can. You're the best version of yourself that you can be. That's what I want to see. That's what I like to see. But for some another person, it might be like um I have this so much. I have this hot feeling every time I see you. I have this burning desire. I love you from the bottom of my heart. That kind of thing might be more passionate. For those some kind of people. They might see expressions of love like, oh, I feel this intense emotion every time I see this person. So that might be his own version of love. You get, so you will
And
not
for
ask for
you,
that
that
person.
is enough.
For me, I don't think that kind of emotion is enough. I don't
Okay?
think that kind of emotion is enough. I define love as that person might define love as passion and feelings and things like that. But I define
But
love
it
more.
is. It's a strong affection you have for someone. So it is.
Yeah, yeah. I would like to look at it in subjective terms.
Okay?
You get, like I said, for me personally, it's about commitment and duty, right? Well, for that person, it might be more a sense of I like how I feel around you. You get. So me, I think that those feelings can be a bit fleeting because you're not gonna like everybody. You're not gonna like your person 100% of the time. You're not always gonna be like always excited and always lovey-dovey 100% of the time. So it boils down to I can deal with this person. I like this person enough to stay in a long-term relationship. I'll be there for you,
So do you
even
think
when
it's enough? Is enough? Do you think that there's a strong feeling there that can be able to hold you down, regardless of how the person acts in a specific period or time? Do you get? Do you see yourself
sure,
still wanting to be with them or to cover up for whatever lapses they might have fall short of at the time?
sure, sure,
Okay.
sure.
So
Until
that means
until
to you, to some extent, I love is enough because the only reason you will be able to accommodate certain behaviors is because of that love, that affection, that feeling you have for the person. Am I wrong or
yeah,
right? Clear rapido.
but I would agree with you. I would agree
Okay.
with you, but
Yes,
I'll
you
say
are.
that there's a limit. I'll say
Okay.
there's a limit.
Okay.
There's only so much. You can only accommodate someone's what's the word?
Shortcomings.
Yes, shortcomings and excesses to an extent. At some point it starts becoming a problem onto you.
Overbearing. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say that perhaps it can be enough for me, right? But there are limits to there's a limit to everything.
Hmm. Coming to this part that you just mentioned now, um, being able to like cover up for someone's lapses to an extent that it becomes overbearing, for your own mental care and stability, you might want to like withdraw so they don't end up destroying you in the process of trying to help them. So I'm trying to put this together now. Um, I'm trying to see how love can really cover up for such aspect. Claire Rapido, you want to say something?
Let me just quickly just respond to that.
Okay.
So when it gets to that, it no longer becomes love; it becomes
Okay.
survival.
Survival. Hmm.
Yes, you're trying to survive. You're trying to keep yourself together. You're trying to keep your mental health together. Perhaps your finances too. So
Okay.
you're just trying to put your head above water at that point. So
Okay.
when it gets to its limits, this love becomes a survivor. You're trying to survive for your own self. You're trying to keep your
What
head
about
above.
welcoming? Sorry for the situation at hand. Welcoming. Hope you're good and hope my friend is doing well. Thank you for joining. Regardless, when I saw talent, I was thinking, is this Karabek or my love? But thank you for pulling up the strengths to come up. And I hope you are enough strength and support system for my friend. Then,
Hello, how you
Hello, good
doing?
evening to you all.
How is my love doing? Hope she's good.
Yes, so my comment is love is not enough.
okay, okay,
Love don't buy or pay for our bills. So love can never be enough. So there
I
must
wish
be
it
some
is with
other
you.
added things that will make up to the love. Love is
Okay.
important and is key,
Hmm.
but is not enough. That's my point.
Okay. So love is important and it's key, but it's never enough because finance must come in.
Yes.
Well,
Yes,
Sanjay
there are
said chop
exceptions
love.
to
You
this rule.
quiet for there since
Yes.
you know do hear your opinion. You dey chop love, yes. Okay, God abeg. Sorry you came a bit
Can I
late.
add something?
Okay. Okay. Yes, go on, Claire Rapido. Go on.
Okay. I think the little aspect some people might miss in this topic is, when you first of all hear the question, is love
Hmm.
enough?
Yeah.
People usually think that they are talking about zero finances.
Yes.
It does not actually mean zero finance because no human being can actually survive with
With
zero
zero
finance.
finance.
There
Mm-hmm.
will definitely always be something. There will always be an income because the
Yeah.
person would eat. Because with zero finance, that means you don't have shelter, you don't have
Yeah.
food, you don't have clothing, you have nothing. So
Yeah.
I think we should try as much as possible to first of all raise the idea that when we talk about love being enough, we are talking about without money. It's not even possible for somebody to survive without money. Even if somebody else is paying your bill, the person is working. Even if you are anything you get for free, somebody has paid for it, and the person paid for it with money.
Hmm.
So it is not whether we can survive without money. Of course, we can't survive without money. And so now, on that love being enough,
Hmm.
if you want to buy something, and let's say that thing that you want to buy is worth 100 naira or $100 or 100 euros,
Okay.
and you have that amount on your hand, and the
Hmm.
person asks you, is this enough to get what you want? The answer will be yes. But if you don't even have an idea of of what the value of what you have on your hand is or what it's worth, you
Hmm.
would not know. You might think it's not going to get it.
Not enough.
It is not enough to buy it.
Yeah.
In the
Hmm.
same way, inside this love, there is everything inside. There is humility inside. There is
Okay.
patience inside. There is kindness inside. And inside kindness, we want to make you share what you have. Inside this same love, we want to, let's say you have the finance, your partner does not have the finance, you cover up. So that same love has all those things that will be enough. Except when you start removing them, that's when it will no longer be enough. It's just like saying, will this car get us to a particular destination? If the car is sound, it will get you there. But if there's something wrong with the car, it will not get you there. So the car will not be enough to transport any individual from one location to another one. Ideally, if the car is functioning well, has all the ingredients of a car, it will
Yeah.
get there. Inside this love, sometimes when we mention love and money or poverty, the first thing that comes to our mind is financial poverty.
Poverty.
When it comes to
Making
being
that there's
financially
poverty of
stable,
the mind.
exactly. When it comes to being financially stable,
Hmm.
there is really no, uh, uh, I don't think, okay, probably I will not say, let me establish a benchmark, but there is a benchmark
Okay.
when it comes to being financially stable because few persons might be living in luxury,
Okay.
others are getting income consistently. That's actually financial stability. Getting income consistently. So somebody can be financially stable and the person is not emotionally stable. That person is not even supposed to also be in any relationship. You can also be financially stable, emotionally stable, but you are not morally stable. You are not also qualified to be in marriage or in relationship.
Okay.
You might also not be spiritually stable.
Okay.
That's why, because you need all those things to be inside love to sustain a relationship. So if all those things are present there, I'm of the opinion that love
That love is enough.
is more than enough.
Okay, welcome
Thank
back,
you.
Shato. Thank you for coming back. Sorry, I understand the time change is really affecting your coming and out now. Thank you for taking that time to come. Yes, Clara Pido, we heard you so clearly. Thank you so much. Okay, yes, I can hear you, but I think your network is interfering now. We can hear you actually. Can you guys hear Clara Pido? Or did you hear him speak?
Yeah, we heard you. We heard you.
Yeah, I heard you clear. So, based on what he has said now, I don't know if his network will bring him back to hear what I want to say. That means love can only be enough if everything that entails in love is present. So, if one is lacking, that means it's not love then. And for that sole reason, that love cannot be enough. Because he has stated that love entails immunity, it entails caring, it entails, there are some things he listed, and I think that has to do with the biblical aspect of love. Okay, Sergio, you want to say something? Sorry, your mic is on, so I don't keep
Yeah,
interfering. Okay,
okay.
please go on.
Yeah, I want to say something about the question you asked, is love enough? I want to say something like, we, it's good, it's good to fall in love. It's a very nice
Okay,
thing.
okay.
Now, the problem is the opposite partner does he respect, or is he able to acknowledge your love? You get.
Okay.
So I cannot be telling you that, okay, Inex, I'm in love with you, you disrespect me, and I keep telling you that I love you. No, jamais. No. So you have a lot to do. Love cannot. Love is just a step forward for me to come close to you. There is a lot to do after love. There is respect. As he rightly said, there is a lot. There is a lot that includes love inside. But once all those things are not there, I cannot love you. I cannot love somebody who disrespects me. I cannot love my wife that he goes out to do a shower walk. Or I will only be there saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. And mind you, there is a problem here. There's a problem here. There's a lot of people that have taken advantage of all this rubbish. Or he knows I love, he loves me. I can do whatsoever thing I want to do. You can go out, do whatsoever thing you want to do. You disrespect me, pick my calls the way you. No, no, no. A lot of people have taken advantage of this path, like because he knows that I love you. A lot of people, and which is not fair. I can tell you that I love you today. If you disrespect me tomorrow, I tell you bullshit. I can forget about it. Forget about it. Because I cannot basically bear somebody who disrespects me. These are my boundaries. It doesn't mean that I didn't love you. I love you, but you step out of my boundaries. I need to make you understand. And me correcting you, or maybe me trying to like be disciplined. If I love you, what I would do, like I can stay like 2 or 3 days. I don't talk to you for you to understand what you did was wrong. It doesn't mean I didn't love you. I love you. That's the reason why I'm giving you some little corrections. But if I don't, I won't even give you the corrections. You get. So a lot. We should be able to differentiate this fact that I can be in love with you. I disciplined you like my wife. I can be in love with you. I discipline you like my girlfriend. It doesn't mean that I doesn't love
Okay.
in so many aspects. And women are so much. Women easily fall into this because once you are disciplining them, they feel like he don't longer love me. No, no. Just because I'm not doing whatsoever thing I used to do. I can decide like maybe I used to give you maybe 50,000 or 100,000 a month, and this time around I decide because you did this to me, I will give you just 30,000. You will start feeling like, oh, I'm giving money out to another girl. It's another discipline. I've seen that. That's where all your mind is on. Your mind is about the salary that I'm giving you. But I've decided that just to discipline you, I will not even give you, I just tell you this money, you have nothing. Yeah, it's another discipline. Luisa, I don't love you. I love you.
Okay. So
Certain part,
okay. So if I'm to
certain,
get you all's contribution correctly, for love to be, sorry, Sergio, you can mute so that we don't interfere with each other's network. Okay. For love to be enough, it means that both parties should be involved or will be involved. Is that what we're saying? That means my own love cannot cover for your own lapses, or my own love cannot carry the whole family or the whole relationship. It has to be a two-way thing. I must be as in love as much as you are in love with me. That is the basis, or that is the ground on which we are stating that love can be actually enough, right? Sergio
Was that a
say yes.
question?
Yes, it's a question.
Okay.
And I would like for everyone to answer, if possible.
So
Though
you're not wrong.
we're taking this long because Angel obviously cannot be on the live stream today. That I will see later on when we are ending the live stream. Okay, yes, please go on, Claire. Claire, you want to say something?
You're not wrong.
I think his network has taken him out again. Yes, Alex, you said what?
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Okay, so that's the fact. For love to be enough, it must involve both parties.
Yes, no.
I must be as much as in love with you as you are in love with me. That is
Yes, no.
what is written, right?
Yes. Have you seen? Do you know leeches?
Leeches, yeah.
They suck blood.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when you're the only one
We are
giving
the
them.
only one you love. Okay.
And
They suck your blood.
and
So it has to be complementary. It has to be symbiotic.
Okay. Okay, Claire, you want to say something?
yes, let me quickly just add this
Oh,
regarding what you just said.
yeah.
Um, you know, love itself is even a mystery.
Okay.
We are just attempting to explain it. I think the best explanation that any writer has ever given to love is to say love is God and God is love. And love being a mystery, there are certain persons, and love being a mystery, certain persons operate it with grace. What do I mean by certain persons operate it with grace? There are certain persons, they will love who you cannot love. They will tolerate who you cannot tolerate. Certain persons will say, okay, there are certain persons, they will see somebody that is, I don't know if to use the word cripple is against community guidance, I don't know. But there are
Disabled.
certain
What
persons, they will
what
fall
is
in
the
love,
word disability?
okay, or
I
physically
mean,
challenged
yeah,
in any way.
yeah.
Yeah, whether in the eyes, in the ear,
Visually
in the
impaired.
tongue, you understand? Certain persons will just love them. And you know you don't have the ability to love them that way. You don't
Yeah.
even have the grace. That's why I said love is a mystery. That
Okay.
one. Then there are also another one where somebody will fall in love with a lady that is so disrespectful. Now you will call the person and say, how do you stand this person? The person will say, I love her. You say, you mean you love her? But you know deep down within you, you can't do that. So you just wonder how the person manages to actually love that person. Just in the same way, some girls might see their friend fall in love with a guy that is so broke that the guy can't even feed himself, and they are asking her, "What do you love about this guy?" The lady is saying, "I love this girl." So we cannot all operate on the same principle because love itself is a mystery.
Oh.
We can attempt it to say, okay, it is reciprocal. If you say it is reciprocal, you are just defining it for yourself. and
Okay.
how you intend
And to
to
have it.
yes, to do the business of love.
Hmm.
You understand? So we should also look for a way to kind of open our mind
Thank
wide
you very
to
much.
understand
Thank
that
you
there are different ways people just choose to just human beings
to
are
love.
different. Like Alex said, he said he in fact he started with the complexity of love, just the way human beings are complex. So
So that's how love is actually complex. True. Because now, see, I was almost persuaded by Sergio and Alex that love has to be two-way. So if for me, for it to work, for it to be enough, I must love you as much as you love me. But from your explanation now, which links back to what I mentioned when I was introducing the subject matter, I was like, I have seen situations where people who can merely feed themselves, you see them have partners who are with them, who show so much affection, who show so much care for them, to the extent that they end up even making families. When I mean families, they make up babies. Do you get? They grow a home together, and financially, you can tell that this person is struggling. But you see them having a happy home, going day in, day out, you see them surviving. And you see people love, you see the partner loving such a partner who financially you can say is from the, is struggling at the time. And then I mentioned that we've seen someone who marry people with disability or deformality, some deformity, you see them like some that, just as you have mentioned, for some of us will be like, even if maybe your ear is a bit twisted, one is twisted than the other one, we are already marking it as a physical deformity. Do you get? But you
yes,
see people
exactly.
who agree to follow certain people that are completely amputated by one way or the other, or deformed, either visually impaired or one way or the other, or some they cannot even, they are mute, but you see them
Yes.
still communicating with sign languages. Do you get? So truly, that brings me to, I like, if you remember in the beginning, the start of the conversation I had. So what would you say that is? If you're saying love is not enough, so what is fueling the the continuation of that particular union? What is the drive? Especially for those that are muted, you see, one can speak or hear and understand, and he or she is with a partner who can't speak or hear, and you're asking like, what had attracted this person to this person, to the extent that they so much care, love, to the extent that they end up marrying them and starting a family with the person. So really, like you've just mentioned, I want to say that love is really mysterious. Okay, yes, and yes, Alex, you can go on. So, yes.
Well, I want to
Okay,
respond to
you
your
can.
last
Well, we
comment.
will need to have a closing time in less than 10 or 15 minutes. We should end the live stream, so we don't
Okay,
take
okay.
our time.
So
Yes.
I want to respond. I want to respond to what you said last. Then I want to ask
Mhm.
a clear question.
Okay.
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 So, but based on what you said, I would say that there's always something you like about somebody, right? There's always that something you get. There's always that. It's something that we can't really describe. There's always that something. When people are saying, clear rapid mentioned it, or was it God Abeg? Clear rapid. They said sometimes. Yeah, it was clear rapid. They said sometimes when you love somebody, your friends say, what do you see for this guy, buddy? What do you like about this guy? You know. But then there's something you get. There's always something that attracts you to somebody. It's just like I can't explain it. I don't understand it. But then there's that thing.
Okay.
So yeah, to an extent, if there's that, so it's that overcomes certain
I give up that
disability.
thing. So now
Yeah.
you agree with me that love is enough,
If
more than
to
enough.
an extent, there's an extent.
1 minute, please. My system is going off. Oh, I'm suffering from this thing. Okay, yes, we can go on. But please, 1 minute, please.
So there's an extent, right? So yeah, you could say that there's something there. Is that thing that sustains you. It keeps you with that person. But at some point, it's when at some point it has an expiry date when some other things are not in place. For example, when you are not getting some human benefits from this person you're supposed to be in a relationship with, you know, it's the emotions, the like, it starts to be overshadowed by the circumstances that are not appealing or pleasing. So yes, it is good enough to an extent, but uh, there are limits to it. There are limits. At some point, you be like, "Fuck it, man, I can't go on." So there's a limit. So then my last question to Rapido. Then maybe even you can answer it. Maybe it's a general question. So you said love is a mystery, but I want to ask you a question. I want to pose the question. What if I said that I'm just playing with the idea. What if I said that love was an evolutionary mechanism? For example, just to put this very, very simple, like love is that thing, right, that makes us human, that keeps us procreating, that keeps us and wanting to engage, keep form relationships, and because without that love, right, we would not have, there'll be nothing for us to come together or have children, those kind of things. What if I said that if that thing is what brings us together for us to keep moving forward? So it's just something that it was inbuilt in human beings, just so that you can keep reproducing and keep moving forward. What do you guys think about that idea? Is it too reductionist? Is it too does it remove the soul from love, or is it? What do you guys think?
Yes, maybe I can complement a little bit what you've just said. Actually, to me, that's the best way I would describe it. Love is like an evolutionary impulse that helps us to helps not just human beings but all beings, all creatures that give birth through union. It is a force that brings things together. I don't know if you've ever realized that when you, for example, you're making love with someone, everything negative subsides and dissolves away. I don't. At times you can have sex with someone you don't like because you're driven by that impulse, that evolutionary primitive impulse that pushes you into the action. And then after doing whatever that you do during that process of love, and you start regretting, and you probably kiss someone you don't want to kiss, but in the process of kissing, you feel like it's okay, but after doing it, after the love has subsided, then you start regretting, something like that. So love dissolves everything. It is a very, very powerful force that love is the one that drives evolution, that drives life. Is that that's why people say God is love, because God is the force that orchestrates life to perpetuate itself. So yes, I actually believe what you've just said, Alex.
Okay, thank you. Shato, you have anything to say as regard that? Claire, you have anything to say as regard that?
No, not at the moment. No, I don't.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Thank you. Claire, you have anything to say, or I can just chip in what I get understand from what you're saying.
Just go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead.
From what Alex and Wade Valley has just mentioned, for me, I feel like at that time, that is just your sexual urge that is taking over at the time. At that moment, I wouldn't call it love, because we've seen situations, we've seen um, cases where people actually engage in intercourse with someone who they don't even like. Let's use, for instance, the sexual workers, those who take that as a means of exchange for money. They often go about with different type of individuals in a day. I don't feel like there's any iota of likeness for them from those certain individuals, or toward from them towards those certain individuals. But for the sole purpose of making their daily bread, as they have stamped it, or at the time maybe due to your libido, your, like for women we can say your ovulation period, when you are at that point, if you're not someone that is capable of controlling yourself, you can actually give into anyone who is readily available at the time for you. Do you get? So I wouldn't classify that as love. I would just classify that as you satisfying your own sexual urge or feelings at the moment. But when it comes to love, it's a situation whereby you're willing to forgo what you are termed as a taboo or what I can never ever tolerate. Do you get? Let's say now you are in a relationship, and before you went into that relationship, you've probably given your own do's and don'ts. You are like, this is the limit for me, this is a deal breaker for me, and the partner goes ahead to get to that limit or commits an offense which you have termed as a deal breaker. Do you get? But because you like this person so much, you are willing to let down your defense. You're willing to let down your, what will I call it, your guard for them. You maybe before now you've tagged it that no, if any lady tries this with me, it's a no, it's over. And then you meet a lady that you like so much, that you're so much into, and she does that, and you're willing to now adjust. I feel that is what is called love. Love is like,
No, like what?
yes,
Okay, the way I look at it, because
yeah.
we have to understand love.
6 minutes more. So
Love
we
is
can, yeah.
yes.
Okay.
What we call love, like it is just a word that we use to describe something that we really don't understand very well. But we use a term, love. But you have to understand that that force, whatever that we may call it, it is the creative impulse. It is so powerful. It is the creative impulse that seeks expression, because that's why people say God is love, because it is God that is creative. So it expresses itself to override all your reasons, so that life can find itself. So every time when you go into that state of love and you want to mate, it is not just you, it is that creative intelligence, creative impulse, very deep. It overrides your reason and you forget everything and you come back into your senses when it has already taken its course. You get it? So, yes, because we are human beings, we are logical beings. We can give it definition and sometimes we can use our willpower to guide it. But for other animals that don't have the very strong mental faculties, it is the overriding force. But it still is the same force, only that for us we have some little bit of ability to control it. So it happens on different levels. Even compassion is one level of love. Even liking someone is one level of love. So it is like a spectrum of expression of this same impulse. So like when you reach at that level of reasoning and saying that I have to take care of my kids, I have to do them like this, I have to do this. That's the same thing that is happening on animal level. When you see that an animal like a chicken, you find an ego trying to take away its chick, it's going to fight for them. And that's also love at that level. So you can see that it is the same force, but manifesting on different levels.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you all. I really appreciate your presence, your time. Chato, I know you have to be at work at the time and you still find a way to come in here and dedicate your audience to me. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Claire Rapido. When you came in and you weren't seeing me, you had to message to know what's up. Thank you so much. I really appreciate yours and genuine concern and love towards me. Beke Network has pushed her away. I'm so sorry, guys. Like I mentioned in the start of the podcast, Angel had lost father, so that is the reason why she's unable to make it here today. Yeah, she lost her dad. So from all indications, she will not be going live tonight as well. Yeah, she reached out to let me know this. It's so unfortunate. So if there's one way or the other we can be able to reach out to her, please, we should kindly try to do so to share condolences. Please, Omega.
What happened? What happened?
Angel lost her dad. That's what I'm saying. So
Hey,
that's
my
why.
father, my God. No, no, no,
Yeah.
not this time.
So
Oh, yeah. I'll reach out to her.
And God Abeg is also close to Angel, so that's why she's is not also available. I was surprised to see him call me later on. I think that is love. That is love. That is why he was able to run in to come check on me to see how fair and how well the
I was
life is going. I really
I was
appreciate
even
it.
thinking, this one you still stay up to this time. What really happened?
Yeah. I'm
I,
sorry, my darling. That's the reason why. But we're going off now. So please let's send our prayers.
thank you,
Well,
boss.
so it is well. With this, I have come to the end of today's live, and I want to say thank you. Thank you so much, Charlotte. Thank you. Thank you to everyone that has joined. Thank you, Lillian. Welcome back. Before I could bring you up, you're out of the live stream. Yes, so is love really enough? So we'll continue next time when you come.
I,
So
I don't understand.
you're
I don't
going.
understand.
My light is
Going to
off.
where?
I'm
Going to where?
back.
Man, I'm just calling. Want to live love is really enough. You are telling me you are going.
We'll
I will
continue.
see you
We'll
tomorrow.
continue next week. I beg
No,
you.
no, no, no. We to
We'll carry
continue
it
now.
over. I need
Okay,
to. I need to work on
I
my
do some, do
electricity.
summary, do summary, do summary.
We've summarized. You came in late. Look at the time you are coming. You came in very late. You've
Yes,
been here
now.
since
You're not supposed to.
This is how Jesus will come.
No, Jesus will not come late. He will come like a thief in the night, but not late. So thank you so much. Thank you, Alex. Everyone that's been here, Claire, with Valley, God bless you so much. I really don't know how much I can really express my gratitude to you guys, but I'm really, really grateful because without you, like when it was just I and Claire, I was just saying that, oh my God, Angel is not here. Who's going to fill in the box? Thank you, Omega. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So please, guys, I love you all. Hopefully next week because of Omega and Lillian and those who were not opportune to join in the conversation earlier, we'll continue with if love is enough. And if it's not enough, we dive into other discussions. Thank you so much, guys. I love you so much. Please remember to reach out to Angel, please. Lillian, please, if you can
That,
reach out to Angel, please do.
that's no
She
nice.
just lost someone very dear to her, so please. Thank you, guys. I
That's no
love you.
nice. That's no nice.
Sorry, Omega. Bye
That's no
bye.
nice. I will see people